Wow, it's amazing how her accent didn't dissipate at all as she got older. She seems a little nervous. She's so cute. Isn't she so cute? So today we are going to check out a comedian called Joan Rivers. I'm familiar with Joan Rivers because she used to present a TV show where they basically ripped into people on the red carpet on the E! Channel. She was dry and a lot of people in Hollywood resented her, but I enjoyed her because she really didn't hold back. And I just thought it was perfect. You know what it is? After a certain point in your life, you just don't care anymore. You're like, I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people say about me. I'm gonna say what I want to and speak my mind. I do think I feel a little bit more that way as I get older, but I think there's a joy in being an older person in society that is yet to come. We're gonna watch one of her early stand-up appearances on the Carol Burnett Show, and we have reacted to the Carol Burnett Show here on this channel before. I'm excited to see what her stand-up routine was like because she was brilliant off the cuff at improv. If you like golden oldies like this, do support the channel by doing all the things on the screen. Remember, your comment doesn't have to make sense, it just has to be a comment. So say the most incomprehensible thing that you possibly can. I will heart it if you're in the first hour club. Unless it's racist or bigoted or sexist. Unless what you say is very offensive to my sensibility. Unless you say something rude or gross or mean.
And now I am very happy to introduce to you one of the nicest and certainly one of the funniest ladies I've ever met, Miss Joan Rivers.
Ooh, she did have good style, huh?
This is a lovely show to be on, Carol. It's so nice to be here. She's such a nice hostess, and I had a terrible time getting here, so I'm
Sorry, just to point out, it's so hard sometimes as a lady when you have to sit in a certain chair. Like, she has to angle her knees away from the camera. Good for her, remembering to do so. But yeah, when you're wearing a skirt, sometimes it's tricky. Also, she's just very stylish, so I get why she was the fashion police, because she looks amazing.
twice as happy to be here, because New York, I don't know if you know, but it's pouring rain, lousy weather. And we flew in to, get here, and we're going out to the airport, and you know how there's going to be trouble from the very beginning? We're driving out to the airport, and I look out of the taxi window, and flying along right above our heads is an albatross. Whistling going my way. So we get to the airport, and no one's flying. American isn't going, Eastern isn't going, United isn't going. My airplane, Trans-Jersey, is going.
Trans-Jersey? Also, wow, it's amazing how her accent didn't dissipate at all as she got older. It stayed exactly what it was. And there is just something about an accent that makes things funnier, right? Like, I don't know if half the things would be funny if I knew I was saying them.
A little nervous, and I said to them, how come you're flying? And they said to me, don't worry, there is nothing to worry about. And they give me a rabbit's foot and a cross. Because I was going tourist. Everybody in first class got their own priest. It was the most amazing thing. And yes! And they take us out to look at the plane, and even the plane looks afraid, and it's standing there, yes, parked in front of its hangar with its wings folded over its nose. And on the side of the plane is the plane's name, which is the Flying Titanic. So, I'm scared, right? And they have us all lined up looking at the plane, and there's a man standing right over here, right next to me, looking at the plane, and he's saying things like, if the Lord wanted man to fly, he'd give him wings.
Oh, man.
And I start to get cramps. No, that guy was our pilot. So, which I should have known if I was smart, because he was in full uniform. He had the cape and the S, the whole thing. But, we get on the plane, and I'm starting to crack now, and I'm looking for the stewardess for a little solace, help, whatever. Where is the stewardess where a woman wants, nowhere, busy with the men, coffee, tea, or what you will, hello. Let a woman ask a stewardess for help. Stewardess! I think my window's open! It's not my aisle, They are so dumb. Beautiful, but dumb. And it kills me, because dumb doesn't matter when you're beautiful, which is why I am educated.
Oh.
My father as a doctor, and do you know how my father slaved? Do you know, to send a daughter through college, do you know how hard it is for a doctor to raise that money? Huh?
What?
Huh? You do. Do you know how many illegal operations my father had to perform? Do you think it's easy to convince a 92-year-old man he needs his tonsils put back in? Do you know what my father went through? And now I have to tell my father I was educated in vain. What good does education do you? You're a woman. Does it do you any good? Now that you're married, what good? I'm a philosophy major. What good does philosophy do me now? I can go to the butcher, prove the meat doesn't exist. What good? What good?
Philosophy.
What good? Calculus. Calculus. I was educated. I can figure out the length of a room. You don't need calculus when you figure out the length of a room once you're married. You know how you figure it out? It's always 7 inches longer than your vacuum cleaner cord. That's how you figure out the length of a room. Physics. Remember that lot? An object in motion tends to remain in motion. Remember that? An object in motion tends to remain in motion. A lie! Once you're married, an object in motion gets back in a bed when the object goes to the office. That's where I spend my day. I'm educated. Why should I kill myself?
She seems a little nervous. Am I picking that up wrong? I'm getting a little bit of a nervous vibe, but I'm getting, it was her early career, right? So 1970, she's a little nervous. It's very interesting to look back on these older videos and see these classic comedians.
Why should I cook? Do you ever stop and say to yourself, why me? Some days I'm lying in bed, I say, why me, Lord? The Lord wanted me to cook, he would have given me aluminum hands. Why me? These hands were meant to hold charge cards. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Why should I cook? Why should I clean? Housework is futile. You make the bed, you do the dishes. 6 months later, you have to start all over again. It's true.
6 months.
My house is clean enough, believe me. Once a month, I get out of bed, I dust. Guests are coming, I put out a drop cloth, I say I'm painting, that's it.
That's a good idea.
When it's really filthy, I call up his mother. Show me once more how he likes it, that's all. Never thought about that one, huh? And you have kids because the kids can clean if you're smart. If they can crawl, they can dust. It's all your attitude. You tie the diaper to the legs and you throw the cookie across the room. Go get it, stupid.
Smart. Smart.
My kid almost didn't do. My kid was giving me trouble. She's 2 years old now and doing very well, thank goodness. But she was a year old, never opened her mouth. Do you know what that does to a mother? And I was scared. I went to the doctor. I said, the kid isn't talking. He said, hold back something she wants desperately, like food. The kid was down to 4 pounds. Finally, she spoke. She said, call me a cop.
Okay. It wasn't quite as cutting as she became. Let's watch a later one. Let's try this other one, Joan Rivers on the Ed Sullivan Show. I don't know what year this was. She may have been younger on this. I'm not sure. It doesn't have a year.
I'll tell you something, the way the styles are today, I'm glad I'm married, because if I was single, I could never get married looking like this, you know? And I feel sorry for any single girl today. The styles and the whole society is not for single girls, you know that? Single men, yes. A man, he's single, he's so lucky. A boy on a date, all he has to be is clean and able to pick up the check. He's a winner. You know that?
Still.
A man can call up anybody in the whole world. Do you know that? Hello, I saw your name in the locker room. I thought I'd give you a quick call. Excuse me. A girl can't call. Girl, you have to wait for the phone to ring, right? And when you finally go on the date, the girl has to be well dressed. The face has to look nice. The hair has to be in shape. The girl has to be the one that's bright and pretty, intelligent, a good sport. Howard Johnson's again. Hooray, hooray.
What's that?
Excuse me. A girl, you're 30 years old, you're not married, you're an old maid. A man, he's 90 years old, he's not married, he's a catch. It's a whole different thing. Isn't that so? Yes.
She's so cute. Isn't she so cute? So itty bitty.
It kills me. We have an extra man. Bring him along, bring him along. He's 98. Bring him. He's dead. Bring him. because my mother had 2 of us at home that weren't, as the expression goes, moving. And don't ask. And I'm from a little town called Larchmont, where if you're not married, if you're a girl, and you're over 21, you're better off dead. It's that simple, you know? And I was the last girl in Larchmont. Do you know how that feels?
You're
Sitting
Joan
at my
Rivers.
mother's house, 21, 22, 24, having a good time, living, eating candy bars, enjoying myself, but single. And the neighbors would come over and they'd say to my mother, "How's Joan? Still not married?" And my mother would say, "If she were alive." You know how that hurts? When you're sitting right there? When I was 21, my mother said, "Only a doctor for you." When I was 22, she said, "All right, a lawyer, CPA." 24, she said, "We'll grab a dentist." 26, she said, "Anything." If he could make it to the door, he was mine, you know? What do you mean you don't like him? He's intelligent, he found the bell himself. What do you want? Anybody that came to my house was it. "Oh, Joan, there's the most attractive young man down here with a mask and a gun." Anything that showed up.
That was interesting. She seemed a little bit more PG-13 on the Carol Burnett Show, like playing it safe. But that's network TV. Sometimes they really inhibit what you want to say. Maybe they cut all of her good jokes and she seemed way more nervous, but that was a huge show. I love how theatrical her voice is, like, you know, she's not just standing there just talking in a monotone voice. I love characters. I think she's great. And I loved her on the Fashion Police. She was not PC and I thought it was pretty cool. She never went crazy far, to my knowledge. Maybe she did. Honestly, I don't know if she ever went too far, but the bits that I saw were funny.